Welcome to ModiMakes.
What's good, everybody? My name is Modi, this is ModiMakes, and today I'm recollecting about the show that I had last weekend, and unfortunately I wasn't able to move any canvases at that show, mostly because it was a little more low-key. The people there were just more of your average individual who isn't necessarily gonna be willing to drop $1,000 on a canvas at a whim, which, no disrespect, I'm not bitter about it or anything, I totally understand that, but it got me thinking that maybe for these next couple shows that I have coming up in the summer, I should work on some smaller canvases that are quicker to make and that I can sell for cheaper so that I can get a little more of those impulse buys coming in. And I've actually said this exact same thing on some videos before when I was doing shows last summer, and you know what? Both times I did that, both of those canvases sold at the shows I was going to. And I guess I should take my own advice and actually listen to myself. And it's not really that I don't understand that and I haven't been thinking about that or anything. It's just that, you know, I like to work on larger canvases. It's more enjoyable, and you don't become an artist for the money, really. You become an artist because you love it, because you need it, because you can't live without it. And you always want to push yourself and try to do something that you find to be even greater than the last thing that you made. And for me, that's really working on larger canvases and getting to do a ton of details and a ton of line work. However, today I will be taking my own advice, and I'm going to be working on a couple smaller canvases that are going to be able to work together as a diptych if people want them to be put together, but could also be sold separately if people just want one of them. To do that, I wanted to work on some cool and interesting character designs that I felt like would resonate with people and that I felt like, you know, maybe is a little more easily interpretable. The paintings I'm going to be working on today are entitled Predator and Prey, and they're entitled that because one side is going to be one seriously mean looking tiger having this death glare over to the other canvas, which is going to have a pretty sheepish looking flamingo getting a little bit spooked by that stare. And on the Predator side, there's going to be a nice exclamation point up in the top right corner. On the Prey side, there's going to be a nice question mark up there. I think those just tell the whole story in two symbols, which is excellent visual communication, if you ask me. And to play with these a little bit more, I had started with the tiger canvas initially, and I was originally thinking about potentially making the background a shade of orange and then using some lighter and darker shades of orange on the tiger itself, but I just found that the contrast wasn't really high enough with the colors that I have, and I didn't really like the way that it looked, so I went with a different route. Since the flamingo is pink and since the tiger is orange, I wanted to use orange on the background for the flamingo's canvas and pink on the background for the tiger's canvas, and then using spray paint have sort of a smooth-ish, but still like dirty with a lot of splats and dots gradient going between the two. So a little bit of the pink is spilling over onto the flamingo's canvas and a little bit of the orange is spilling over onto the tiger's canvas, just to pair the pieces together a little bit more. And I'm also going to be adding some elements that go directly between the two canvases and actually carry over, but they still work independently, like I said, which is very important. So let's get into it, shall we, and see if I can pull this off and make some interesting little canvases here for my next show. Well, there you have it, my peoples. Predator and Prey is complete. And you know, I'm pretty stoked with how these ones turned out. I think it accomplished exactly what I was looking for when I initially started the idea for these canvases. It's got two cool and interesting character designs that are pretty unique and definitely very much in my style while still being recognizable for what they are. And I think they play really well together as a diptych, and I think that they also work individually as solo pieces. Though the whole story won't totally be there in the solo pieces, but that also kind of gives you this little thing of like, you know, if you bought one of them and then someone else bought one of them, and then like later down the line, if people happen to be interested in like the whole idea of the diptych itself, they could, I don't know, maybe meet up with each other or make a trade or something along that lines, and it creates further discourse for the art pieces, and they can do their own little kind of treasure hunt with it. I'm especially very happy with some of the extra, you know, little design elements that I put on top of the tiger here. You know, I wanted to show a little bit of the stripe work and make it look more like a tiger like that, but not just have tiger stripes. That's not really in the graphical kind of design lexicon that I use in a lot of my pieces. So I wanted to figure out a way to show those tiger stripes while making it more into like a pattern or something like that. And I used a little bit of my camo pattern that I use in a lot of stuff, but I also came up with a couple new things to show that idea of the tiger stripes, and I really like how they turned out. And the flamingo character I actually like even more than the tiger. I just think it looks great. It has such a mood to it, and it's got these kind of like stiletto looking giant dinosaur feet on it. I don't know, I was really happy with how those turned out. But let me know what you guys think about the pieces down in the comments below, and let me know if you have any questions about this video or any other video I've made. I'll be happy to read through them all and respond to them personally, as I always do. And you know, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a like. That would be fantastic. And if you like me, you like the channel, and you want to help support me, the number one thing that you can do is to subscribe. I really couldn't thank you enough if you did. It means the world to me. And with all that out of the way, and without further ado, let's get into those final shots, shall we?
Thanks for watching.